Alright, so starting off the video here, we have Puckbud versus Sonic, week 1 from Elementary, and I have Puck here to talk about the game with me.
How we doing? This is a crazy way to start off the season, and it ended up being so fitting.
It ended up being one of the seasons of all time for you.
Yeah, this just the triple axle is something, that's for sure. It's a move.
Alright, you want me to start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it. I forget, does the bullshit begin immediately, or...?
Yeah, it starts pretty soon. So, like, already here, I switch into a glare because I'm Lum. I did kind of assume he'd leave Storm first, but didn't really matter. I was okay with Volk being paralyzed.
Double glared, which kind of good on him since he's sub.
Yeah, and then this one kind of hurt, being paralyzed right away, because this would have done like 80-something%. But wasn't really too bad. And then we kind of end up in the same situation again. We just go back and forth. Because he doesn't really have any good switch-ins to this. So I'm just kind of clicking buttons.
It's just...
And I don't get paralyzed again either. Yeah. This time I assumed he was gonna fly, yeah.
Cat comes in.
So here's the first one. One triple axle, I get 2 hits. Totally fine.
Man, yeah, Hands is kind of eating that anyway.
Yeah, and then there's a play rough miss.
Here's our bullshit.
Yeah, and honestly, it wasn't... Tusk was max defense, so it only would have done like 30, I think, and he hits one later.
Yeah, it's
just the odds.
Just still that on top of a pile of everything else that happened in this game.
Right. There was so much of it.
And Volk's gonna die.
Yeah, that's just a sack to get my triple axles going again.
Yeah, and here comes Stamina.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about this though with Primarina, so I didn't mind giving it all the defense boosts.
Did he body press? Oh no.
No, he T-volted.
It's fine, it's gone.
Yeah, and that was really all Primarina was for anyway.
Here comes Pow, here comes Corviknight, here comes Ice Cream Crash. Yeah, I guess he was banned to break the core, but then he misses Crash.
Yeah, which was really painful. The only thing... Yeah, not for me. The only thing is that maybe Kamoa would have been able to set up, but...
Yeah, that Clover plus delete, and there's still half the game left.
Then miss another triple axle. I just could not, for the life of me, kill his freaking Iron Hands.
I didn't realize until playing Sonic twice this season how freaking fat that thing is.
Yeah, it really is.
Which, unfortunately, I have to talk about that second time that I played Sonic. And I don't really want to do that. I could just play the game and just, oh hey, it's another triple axle dodge.
So then a one turn. So I make the decision to not go for another one, to just play it safe. Move around a little bit more. Here, honestly, this was misplay. I thought I'd be faster after a spin, but I was not. But now, theoretically, triple axle should just sweep. Well, triple axle plus sucker for Boulder.
But, as we've mentioned...
Yeah. So pause. Can you pause it here real quick?
Yeah.
basically here with all the triple axle misses so far, with Serp was, I don't know if it was defensive, but it was definitely max HP. So I knew I needed 3 hits to kill it. And so again, I figured I would just like make the safe play, U-turn for chip, sack Komodo, and then come back in order to be able to kill it with just 1 or 2.
Alright. Yeah, he says miss, but
and then at this point, I'm really just going for damage because I'm not too worried. Meow is actually Assault Vest here. So I know I'm going to live anything Thundy goes for too.
yep. And then
the miss, which would be totally fine because I'm going to live. But then also the para on the T-Bolt. So now I'm forced to hope for sucker crit.
that is one of the haxiest games I've ever seen. I honestly can't even think of a worse one.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Killer ASCII got crit, frozen crit first 4 turns of a finals game, but
well, the good thing on this one is that at least it was like both sides.
And at least it was only week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're back here for the week 2 game between Puck and MB, and I once again have Puck to talk about it.
Yes, can't wait. This time we're not having triple axle on Meow, so we don't have to worry about it.
Phew. Yeah, there's nothing really you're gonna run it here for, so
yeah.
Get a week off from misery.
Yeah. I think it was Scarf with knockoff U-turn, some other stuff, but just so that it was faster than AleYou. And honestly, there really wasn't too much doing this game. My Max, Spadef, TorTERA Fight, Necrozma put in a ton of work. There really was no way to get rid of it for him.
Alright, so we got the Shadow Balls. And yeah, Chip on pull, there's Chip.
Yep.
Then he's
And I'm pretty sure Pult was Scarf, and I knew that at this point.
Yeah, it wasn't really damaging anything, so
Yeah.
either that or Boots. Yeah, the Tusk comes in for free, get rocks up. What goes hard Darkrai, and then oh yeah, he gets the Necro in. All he can go for is Ice Beam.
Like, it was just so fat, and it even uninvested, it's doing so much damage. Necrozma really impressed me this game.
Yeah, it kind of just sits here for quite a few turns.
Yeah.
Tusk comes back in, then gets a little health back.
Yeah, I'm not.
Comes in. Oh, that's Zoroark.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it was Zoroark here, and I think he knew that, hence the switch.
And then now, he's gonna Terrastalize, and as you U-turn, we have arrived.
Is this it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was sitting in my office at home, just obviously minding my own business, playing this game, and it's right next to our driveway, like that side of the house.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's just this bang outside. So I like just roll my chair over to the window, look outside, and this freaking black bear has knocked my garbage can over into the car, and is rifling through the garbage bags that are in there. And it was a good sized bear too. It wasn't a cub. And like normally I would keep the garbage cans inside, but it was earlier in the year and I didn't realize they were out yet. So it just kind of caught me off guard. So then I tell you guys that I gotta be right back because I can't just let it, like, garbage would be everywhere. It's happened before. It's not fun to clean up.
It was also because like I was watching this game live. It was also just like the way that you said it, so calmly too.
Yeah, it was more just like I needed to go do it right now, so I was just like, yeah, bear outside, BRB.
Also, just saying you have to deal with it real quick. It makes it seem like you've done this before too.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely have. Not the first time we've gotten our trash stolen, unfortunately. But basically, I just went downstairs, opened the garage, and it wasn't still at the trash can. It was having a little picnic in the lawn. So I just turned the car alarm on so that I would be a little bit more hesitant to come over to me while I was out there, and then just grabbed the garbage can and the trash that it had gotten kind of in that area and threw it all inside the house. Then came back. And eventually it wandered off.
Yeah, the bear coming in might be moment of the season.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
Oh, that was incredible. I remember I was sitting in my dorm room when I was still in college, and I was dying of laughter the whole time you were gone. Alright. And then we remembered there's a Pokemon game to play.
Yeah. So then I come back.
He's kind of just sacking Regi health at this point, but he gets away with the para there.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried again, because at this point everything is low. Yeah, I was gonna clean up Rotom and Regieleki, and the Scarf Dragapult can't beat everything.
Yep. And you get Rocky Helmet Chip, which helps. And then you live Volt Switch because Corb is broken.
It's actually ridiculous. But I was really just trying to sack anyway. Not that it really mattered with what he went for here, but Flamethrower now just lets Primarina get a Calm Mind, and then it'll live Aleki.
Aleki can't kill you.
Yeah.
Which is right here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then that was a wrap. And even if it did, Meow just comes in and kills anyway.
So yeah, pretty standard game, forever immortalized by your trash cans getting attacked.
Yeah, there was definitely a minor freak out in there, just because it's always a little nerve-wracking when you're not expecting them. But all good.
Yeah, I can't relate. I did not see bears around here.
Yeah, there's quite a few near me, and they're generally harmless. They're pretty much just like big raccoons. But the freakiest part is that they're so big, obviously, and they're dead silent outside of knocking garbage cans over. But when they're walking around or whatever, they can get pretty close to you without you realizing, which is the scariest part.
Alright, we are now going to take a look at the Evader versus AleYou game from week 3 in elementary, and I have Evader here to talk about it. What's up, man?
What's going on, dude? Yeah, I remember this game being like hard to schedule, first of all, because I remember his times where I would say like, hey, I want to play at this time, and then he'd be like, no, I want to play at this time. And I'm like, that's not really how communication works.
Scheduling attempt ever.
Yeah. In terms of matchup, the only thing I was really afraid of was like Manaphy, because I think that thing, even though people know it's good, it's still like somehow undervalued a bit. Because that thing can just, there are just scenarios where that thing just auto wins you the game. I think it was TorTERA too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was. I did, for whatever reason, for TorTERA preview, the TorTERA previews don't come up there. So.
Oh yeah, it was TorTERA.
5. Oh, it's pure water. Because his Lando's dark as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that really scared me was the
Manaphy. And
I was TorTERA Gambit and a Spathra.
Fairy Spathra, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't super remember what I like built off the top of my head. I think the only thing I got really specific with was a Spathra and Gambit, because they're like my win cons for the game. But
especially like Gambit in particular, he doesn't like to deal with Ghost at all.
Yeah. I remember debating between TorTERA Ghost and TorTERA Fire, because I thought it would be like kind of like fast support Nape with like Wisp and stuff, or like rocks and stuff, and I just wanted to resist that best I can. But TorTERA Ghost is just pretty. Or was it even TorTERA? Yeah, it was TorTERA Ghost.
Yeah, it was Ghost. It's in this first slot here.
And then TorTERA Fairy Espathra hits the whole team pretty hard. The only thing that really hard stops is Registeel. But I think I prepped well enough for Registeel. Like, Registeel kind of just slowly takes damage until it dies, so it wasn't really a concern of mine. So that's all I remember of like my pregame thoughts. I think it's banded Lycanroc too, if I remember.
Which, yeah, if you CC, Registeel's not gonna like that.
Yeah, I just think I need to chip Registeel enough so that I can just protect Calma and annoy it with a Spothra. I don't think I need much for it because I'm modest as Spothra, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and that's all I have for pregame.
Alright, you can start now.
Yeah. So Eel is just like a good lead like most of the time. And this is a big reason why I'm not afraid of Registeel is because I just knock into Super Fang it and then it's just suddenly it's like 1v1 by one of I think Electros is totally undervalued.
As long as it doesn't have rest, you're getting exactly what you want.
As long as it's like just not at full when the next mon comes in, I still think I have decent control on it.
And comes the timer.
Yeah, so it took him, what I remember, 5 minutes to click Heatwave there. Yeah, from like when Registeel died to him bringing out Zapdos, like, oh no, I'm sorry, before that. It took him 5 minutes to bring out Zapdos, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And I'm just like...
If it was 5 minutes to click Heatwave, he would have lost on timer.
Yeah. And I was like, hey... Again, like, we talked about scheduling before. I told him I could do, like, this time frame. I think it was, like, just to say 6 to 8 for whatever reason. I was like, I could play 6 to 8. And then we played at 8. And I'm like, so I'm already, like, pushing what I was, like, supposed to be, like, on for. Because I had, like, work in the morning or something. And I looked at the rules and it said timer was okay. So I was like, I'm gonna put on timer. And I think he got kind of unreasonably upset at it. Because like a lot of people, I don't know why timer goes on and people are like, can we not? It's like it's a lot of time.
Yeah, I have an infamous DGBA moment where I once said, and I quote, turn that fucking timer off. I used to hate it too. It was actually banned in MLP probably until like early 2020, I want to say.
Yeah, I would get like you not wanting timer at all, but if it's allowed, I think it's the only game I used it, and it's because I was
like for a while it was like both players have to consent to it, and people hated that, so it's just like, all right, whatever, just turn it on and just, you know what. We were getting good enough as a league to the point where like timer was becoming more and more common, more commonly used, and I was just like, you know what, just learn how to play with it. It's actually not that hard unless it's the 100-second the Wi-Fi timer, which that's dumb. I hate that, but
yeah, that's awful. But what I was confused about was like we're not at the point of the game where there's like any terms that like require deep thought, you know, like we haven't had like a 50-50 yet, or like nothing's too complex that I thought you needed to really be thinking about. But apparently he was just taking all that time to calc everything, which I don't know why you need to calc on the 25% Electros. But hey, that's just me. So he
took the specs too.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a bummer, but like it works out because he switches out, goes into Nape, and
it's emu time.
It is emu time. This thing is broken, and I still see it go undrafted to this day sometimes, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah, we raised the TorTERA price for it from whatever it was.
It's a good call. So yeah, especially since I'm Terra Fairy, I think I've just won the game.
So I don't even timer.
Yeah, turn off. But like, I don't know what he's calcing because it's over. This is the only thing that I think has a role to live, and it's not in his favor.
Still just completely died.
Yeah, and it's like the only reason I didn't call mine again there, by the way, was just because like if he tail glows, it's like could be bad.
There's no real reason for you to.
Yeah. I mean, I already won the game. But I thought about it just like, yeah, but he took like 5 minutes to bring out Zapdos, and I was like, I can't do that every turn. Like, and if you scroll up, it's mostly me thinking. Like, I think it's mostly my timer going down.
It's very,
it's back and forth.
See, a 15-turn game have a timer dispute over it, but here we are.
Yeah, I don't know. But again, I won the game with 2 Pokemon, so I don't think the timer mattered too much. I remember being time pressed this week too.
All 4 of them not? Oh my god.
Yeah, none of them came out. It was just Eel into Espathra, and I won.
Wild.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have games like that, and then sometimes there's games you just can't do anything. And I guess that was that game for him. Here he couldn't do much.
Didn't you just sit there forever until something happens?
I mean, I do think, like, obviously there wasn't many turns to Chug. I don't know why he went Zapdos on Eel, or why he chose to click Heat Wave. I was kind of just leaving in Eel till it died. And I thought that was pretty obvious, considering it was like 25%. I don't see why I need to risk anything coming in.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Especially since I don't switch into Zapdos super well. Like, it's Cyclozar.
Yeah, especially with Eel Weekend and Cyclozar's not an answer, I think.
Yeah, so it would just be better for me to lose Eel anyway. But, like, he chose Zapdos to revenge Eel, and then he chose to click Heat Wave. So I think it was just 2 bad turns in a row for him. And then Nape came out. I calced if I lived Bandit a U-turn. I did. And I clicked U. I could call mine. And that's all she wrote.
Alright, now we're going to discuss the Week 4 duality game between Puffer and Kurse, and I have Puffer here to talk about it with me. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, man? I'm excited to get into this game. It was a good one, I can't lie. It was a great one.
Absolutely.
Very memorable. Oh, yeah. The people don't know what they're in for.
Should I start, or anything you want to...
Yeah, you can, basically, let's say, going into this game, I'm just the GOAT. I'm ready for an easy dub. I mean, look at this team. My team's immaculate, I'm ready. You can play.
I love the confidence. It's electric.
Yeah, and pay attention to this first turn, because it really sets the tone of the game. Really pay attention here.
Yeah, good lead. You force the Palafin out.
Big crit first turn.
Whatever you want.
Big first. Yeah. These first few turns, honestly, immaculate. Like, genuinely, the greatest playing of my career. I cannot lie. Look at this. Hydro Pump, easy. 40%? We love that.
I love how you're giving 0 fucks with Prim right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen. This was kind of my plan, because none of his team really was great against Prim. So, leading Prim was basically a guarantee to get at least 1 kill, because I was AV, I want to say. So, Rotom could never kill me here. My GOAT Slowking comes in, easy Slowking switch. Big Sludge Bomb.
For whatever reason, it does more, you have Slowking, so...
Yeah. Okay, big Psychic, this game's honestly going immaculately. And then this big Komodo comes out. I Psychic here. And you know what? This is fine. I die, but I got Banded Cleavor in the back. We chillin'.
Uh-oh.
But I missed. No biggie. I got Scar for a Shifu. I got pieces in the back. I got a Serena. Oh, we missed again. No biggie. Because as long as I hit this, okay. And see, this is where the game went downhill. Because as long as I hit a Stone Axe, I'm pretty much in the clear with my Scar for a Shifu plus Serena, which was Fizz Def and can take a hit, plus Banded Cleavor. But missing 3 Stone Axes, which, 0.001%, or 0.001, which is a 0.1% chance of actually happening, of course. But, we don't complain. The comeback is imminent. It's not. Spoiler, I don't know. So basically, yeah, this game plan was I literally don't lose unless I miss all 3 of those stone axes. And it just, the game hates me, really. And here's the thing, right? I can give you guys a moral of the story, because honestly, you learn a lot playing this game. And the one thing you learn is Stone Axe is a trash move. 90% accurate moves, don't rely on them. It looks nice. 90% accuracy, 10% chance to miss, right? You're almost guaranteed to hit that. But guess what? When you need them most, they fail you. It's immaculate, quite frankly. Yeah, so the game's over. It's a pretty quick game, but I'm sure you guys can see why it's a pretty memorable one. And quite frankly, I could not have really done anything better. Had I had Poison Jab on my Urshifu, maybe, but like even at that point, I would have had to be like Terra Poison to kill it because I was Scarf. Really, I just had to connect to Stone Axe because Banded still did like 55% at +1 defense, so I was pretty set if I hit literally one of them. Yeah, you know.
So hard not to laugh during that.
Oh, my monologue, yeah, you know, had to go off a little bit.
Alright, you took a few years off your life there. It was good.
Yeah, I did. I certainly did. Well,
That's what I meant.
yeah. Had to give the folks at home a show. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Moral of the story: I also maybe should have run Sludge Wave instead of Sludge Bomb. It wouldn't have mattered, but like, you know, Bulletproof Como. I realized that after the game, like. Maybe not the best play, but like, you know, Terra Como was pretty strong, you know. Not my fault. I blame KHD for allowing it. That guy's trash, quite frankly.
So now this is my fault.
Oh, 100%. You've been rigging this league for years against me. Although it goes all the way back to my first season when I lost to King Envy. King Eevee. That's his name. Oh yeah,
oh, there's
definitely.
a long list of people that I'd rigged this league for before you.
That's very true. I don't think you'd rig it against me, unfortunately. It's unfortunately the lack of W was unfortunately on me, you know. But we keep going. Big season coming up, and I'm gonna win clearly. But you are ducking me, so.
All right, we are moving on to the week 4 game where Crimfinity and MB12 played against each other in elementary, and I have Crim here to talk about the game. What's up, man? That's you.
Yeah, I did not pick up my mic.
Oh.
I went, woo!
There we go. All
Hello.
Right. All right, so do you have anything before I start the game that you want to touch on, or?
Not a whole lot. It's a scary team because it's super offensive, and then the screens are also really annoying. I had Blissey. I remember doing a lot of the work and tanking shit from like Darkrai and Regi Lucky, and that was kind of my main game plan.
Yeah, I'm honestly really glad I didn't have to play MB because Regi Lucky Darkrai seems like hell.
Yep.
I mean, you have Blissey, so like you'll have something to switch into it, but like realistically, Blissey's not gonna deal with both of them. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna start. Normal's probably fine. So you got a good lead here. And he gets out. Wisp
and then Willow doesn't help me too much, but
I mean, Wisp is pretty free regardless.
Yep. Dodge the T-Wave. I think he doesn't even screen here. He goes Scizor. I probably have EQ on this, but I'm just gonna go back Arc. That's gonna be Blissey, I'd assume. Yep. That's just always my switch on Darkrai. And I think he goes TorTERA here. No, he doesn't. He goes Scizor.
And you have no reason to not go Blissey ever on either one of them. Unless, like, you don't want Regi Lucky Volt switching into something that can set up on Blissey, but...
And no Terra on Regi, I don't think, in this league, so that was nice.
No, it was legal.
Oh wait, no, it is Terra. I forgot. It's the fucking Terra Ice Regi Lucky. So my one, well, I had two tricks for Shell Smash. The one was a Living Voice Blissey because I knew he'd probably set up on the Blissey. I also have an E-Terrain plus Unburt. Wait, do I have the wrong sets? I have the wrong sets pulled up. That's why I thought it was the wrong week. Anyways, I have a Booster Energy Iron Valiant, I believe, that's designed outspeed +2 TorTERA. So I did have a emergency button, just in case. But it turns out that wasn't needed because it hits itself. I Terra Grass to live a hit. I Shell Smash. It hits itself again. And now it's a free kill. And great, I've gotten one. I'm even going to get a second one because Morgrim has to go to the T-Wave, which misses and then dies to a crit. I don't think the crit mattered, probably, but the game is just over. So honestly, I think it's a skill issue from MB12.
Dude, like...
No, but it's sad because it's a game where, like, I don't think either of us really know who was going to.
He says, it better give for me next week.
Yeah, that's just a go next kind of game. Nothing you could do.
Yeah,
just
it was not your day.
Yeah. He didn't really get to have a chance at winning the game because of how bad that set of turns went.
Yeah, his only out after that was probably... well, he didn't obviously recognize that the Darkrai outsped, but he probably could have gone into that first and banked on getting a flinch, but...
With my luck, he somehow would have missed the Dark Pulse.
You know, I don't doubt it.
I'll take my 6-0.
Yeah, that is the luckiest Shell Smash sweep ever. Alright, here we have the Week 6 Nobility game between Jimmy G and Zebstrikemdown, and I have Jimmy here to discuss the game with me. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Alright, so we got a fun little matchup here, and I'm just going to let him...
Should I just give a quick team background here?
Go for it.
Alright, so I brought a Twisted Spoon Deoxys Speed with Plot, Psychic, Ice Beam, and Recover, so that'll allow me to recover if there's a Scarfer that's not that strong and tries to switch out. And I was fast enough that I outsped +1 Blaziken, so there was nothing to worry about as far as speed. I was a little worried about that Morgrem. I had a TorTERA Psychic King Gambit to try to beat Wheezing. It had Lumberry, so if it Will-O-Wisps me, I was good. And defensively, that'll stop Blaziken from checking the King Gambit. I had a Trick Room Weakness Policy Bronzong with Heat Proof to stop the Blaziken and not get weakened if I get burned, just in case. With good coverage, double Psychic coverage, Gyro Ball. So that's Psychic, Zen Headbutt, and Gyro Ball. And then I had a Scarf Special Lando with Psychic and Earth Power to cover the Wheezing, which would have otherwise checked it. And a T-Spikes Will-O-Wisp Galarian Wheezing to try to cover everything. And a Scarf Cinderace. So we can go ahead and get underway.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, so I lead the Wheezing, try to get the T-Spikes up early. He goes into his own. I see that it is Levitate, so those will stay up. And I go into my Bronzong, try to get an early Trick Room, I believe. And there it is. Cyclozard takes a Gyro Ball for huge damage, tries to knock me off, but that just gives me a boost. And I see an opportunity to Psychic. So I do. There goes 70%. And then Gyro Balls are free from there. He goes Blaziken. He was actually Balloon. And he probably assumed that after Trick Room he could just kill me with a Fire move, because he had not yet seen the Heat Proof, so that allows me to live, get up another Trick Room, and it weakens burn damage, so I can only take 3, which will allow me to click Psychic again. I may make a call. I think I just Psychic again here, actually. Nope, I probably... Did I predict this? I did.
Well, because you're the GOAT. That's why
Wow.
I predicted it.
And he got up a Reflect as I finished him, but that'll give me yet another kill, and I have a free Psychic coming up on this Protect. I might even switch. I do. So there's the Protect. Trick Room ends, but I have all the momentum. I already got 2 kills with Bronzong. Set worked perfectly. And I revealed the Psy Beam on the Wheezing switch in. So just a flex, I guess. There goes Bronzong. Definitely did more than enough. And here comes Special Lando. Psychic is still free. And there it goes. So he probably brought the Wheezing to check Lando. It ended up just dying to it and allowing it in for free. Psychic gets 2 kills because of that crit. I don't know if it mattered, but it'll allow me to... It probably did. But obviously,
Cyclozar's not that bulky, but still.
we were already well on our way. Terapagos always gets scary, but I TorTERA just in case it has Flamethrower. I don't think... Yeah, it looked like it wasn't going to kill anyway. I get another crit, but I didn't Sucker Punch, so that makes up for it, I guess. I've got the Scarf Cinderace to finish that off, and then we have Intimidate, Lando in the back, and this Twisted Spoon Deoxys that's ready to go. Outspeeding +1 Blaziken. So this should be good to go. I don't know if he double protects and gets it. He does.
Yeah.
I don't know how I remember that, but yep. I think he gets this kill and then Lando finishes this game. So yep. So we drop in, take 1 more Psychic on the air balloon, and that'll do it for that one. Everything kind of went according to plan. I actually ended up needing that Cinderace with the Scarf because that Terapagos got really scary really fast. But just having something to pop the...
Cinderace even hit... Oh no, it did. It U-turned once.
Yep. So everything got use. The plan worked out pretty well.
Yeah, the MVP
Obviously,
of that game was Bronzong for sure.
Bronzong for sure. And Heat Proof is like underrated, I would say, because everyone always wants to use Levitate, but in certain matchups you really do need Heat Proof. And the burn. People don't ever think about the burn damage prevention from Heat Proof,
But, like,
and it was a huge...
Here, yeah.
Yep. Made an impact. But yeah, that's about all that I thought about that game. It just worked out as well or better than I expected. Like predicting the Morgrem, that could have gone horribly wrong if they just stayed in. So glad it worked out with that prep.
Alright, we now have the Blin versus Volume game from week 6 in Duality, and I have Volume here to talk about it. What's up?
Yo, yo, yo. Happy to be here and explain this monstrosity of a game.
Alright, go for it.
Alright, so I'm trying to recall the information. I'm not super prepared for this, but so I had done some mocks on this match. Like I've been busy in my leagues, and this is like the only league that I had going at this time, because all the other ones ended. And so I actually put some time into prepping for this match, and I actually ran mocks, which I usually don't do. And Sylveon lead was kind of kicking ass here. So I led Sylveon because he doesn't have a switch in, but he instantly leads the Klefki, which is like, fuck, that's not what I wanted. So I baton pass on the spikes. I really don't want spikes. I have no hazard removal on my team. So I don't know what the fuck to do. So I'm going to the Chi-Yu to stop this. Let's pause for a second. He doesn't switch out. He just sets up spikes, eats the overheat to the face. But the other thing to note is that on team preview, I didn't know if he'd bring Regirock or not, but he brought the Regirock, and I was like, fuck. That thing could actually stop my plans here. It's Terra Grass. Like, I guess it's a kind of a dual check to the Ursaluna and the Chi-Yu, but like it needs the Terra to beat the Ursaluna, but it needs the Chi-Yu. But if it's not Terra, it beats Chi-Yu.
Yeah.
It also beats Ogerpon if it's Terra, and I didn't realize that in the moment when I was talking in my game, like when I was recording. Like, I did not realize that it also fucks up Ogerpon. So Terra Grass Regirock, I realized pretty immediately that it's going to be problematic. But I'm able to get the Chi-Yu in and click Overheat. I'm Scarf Chi-Yu, so now I'm fucking useless, and I have to, like, he was in the Blaziken. Blaziken can, like,
for free.
Instantly win the game, so I have to go Iron Hands, because it's the only thing that can, like, eat an Earthquake. Like, eat a hit from it, basically. And I'm just mashing attacks into it. So he actually wants to preserve it, and apparently Regirock just, like, fucks me up here. Like, he can eat the close combat and then Terra, and, like, I don't know, I think I switched because I can't kill it. And he's Rest. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm Ability Shield Bronzong. I don't know what the fuck I was Ability Shield for, but, like, it's supposed to do some setup shit, and it's not able to. And then I actually have no fucking clue what's going on this way. I think I'm just trying to get Sylveon in here to, like, do damage. Because Sylveon, Klefki's dead. Sylveon's, like, so fucking good. But I'm just maneuvering around. I need to not lose to Regieleki. He Terra Grass already, so Regieleki's not super threatening. But, like, the fact that the Iron Hands is super low is really bad for Blaziken. Because Blaziken can kind of fuck me up really badly. So it's not going great for me, but even though I am Upamon, having Toxic Spikes and no removal, it's problematic. So I think I just send it with, do I send it with Bronzong here? I have no idea. Yeah, I just send it with Bronzong, but and they have to trick me out to bring Ursaluna in, but Ursaluna only has so many turns, and the Toxic Spikes really fuck Ursaluna up. So I'm limited by my health, and I'm limited by the Trick Room. So I'm up in the match right now, which is pretty good, but yeah. So I try to set up on the Regirock because I think I can break it, but it just murders me. Yeah. So I wish I just hit it, I think, but and then I try to, like, I'm like, all right, Bronzong, you're gonna have to do your thing. I don't. What even happens to Bronzong here? Oh, I don't have any recovery on Bronzong, so, like, I'm just.
He just spams body press until he has to rest. And he
has yeah. So this doesn't work out for me because I put rocks on this Bronzong instead of, because I needed rocks for some reason. I don't know, and so I don't have rest or anything to gain back HP. This Bronzong had a purpose that is lost on me now. But anyway, this Regirock is really problematic. So I can get into the Chi-Yu, and now he has to switch something. There's nothing really wants to touch into Chi-Yu. And it's gonna be the Karen Black, which is just dead. But I switch because I don't want Blaziken to get in for free, and I'm Scarfed. So I sack the hands, I go to Ogerpon, and I low kicked him predicting the Regirock. I think. I don't know. I actually have no idea like what my thought process is here. I think I'm just trying to like get as much damage down as I can.
And he just clicks rest here.
Yeah. Oh, he lived. He lived with the.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, he fucked up and didn't rest. And then I Terra Ground predicting the. I mean, he hits everything. I'm scarfed, but he just toxic stalls me with Blaziken.
Yeah, T-Spikes killed you in this game.
Yeah, the fact that my team had no removal, my only removal on this team was Braviary. Like, it was brutal. So I kind of murdered the whole season by not having good removal. So, and I made transactions to pick up Braviary, but you don't really want to bring Braviary to too many matches. So yeah. So it comes down to the wire. That Regirock, like he made him. I think he misplayed, but I also misplayed. I don't remember. It's like the fog of time has ruined my perspective on this match. But like I definitely misplayed, but he also definitely misplayed, and I'm the one who comes out on bottom here. So it was a tough one, but it was a banger. It was such a banger to play.
Yeah, that was a really fun game to watch live for sure.
Regirock, dude. Regirock is a beast.
Absolutely wild. And I believe it is my turn in download. Cool. Just pick real quick. I think this is the only game that you're gonna have in the video, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think you're done.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it was a pleasure. I have that many interesting games. This is definitely the most interesting game that I played, I think. I mean, I had some other ones, but like, yeah, this is the best one for sure.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do this from Blin's perspective tonight, because he has to talk about his finals game, too.
Oh, okay, that's sick.
But obviously he's asleep right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we scheduled like a week later. There's also a match where I was only free on the weekend, and he's like, we just weren't, we had to schedule a whole week later.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And then all my matches were delayed. I was like playing 2 MLP matches a week. Because I think all my matches just kept getting pushed back. Like, even like, I think my week 7 also got pushed back to week 8. It was a wacky one.
So we've heard Volume's perspective on this game, and now we're going to hear from Blin's perspective about this game. What's up, Blin?
Howdy, how we doing? So this this game was a smorgasbord of, I had nothing for it, and I had the wonderful, slightly cracked idea at the time that, hang on, if I Terra my Regirock, this thing can just be a wall to Ogerpon, Iron Hands, and Ursaluna. We're going to ignore the fact that Terra Grass Regirock just meant I had no Chi-Yu answers, and like my answer for that was Vibes. But yeah, Regirock is a go. Yeah, I think the rest of the prep was pretty just like 20-minute-ish. Threw max attack on a couple of mons. Fizdef Klefki as another copium answer to a lot of things. And just hoped that the chicken could win the game, because the chicken was broken and did that all season. But yeah, why don't we start the game? You can see how. Yeah, so I led keys because Regirock didn't kill anything unless spikes were up. And I just didn't care if I died to this Chi-Yu at all. Spikes were more important, like I was happy to play this 5v6. This hands was a pain in the ass because apparently I just thought Swords Dance Blaziken broke it. It didn't at all.
Not even close, yeah.
Yeah. So in comes the Regirock, who just eats that CC. Like 57, super effective hit, like, nah, get out of here. We Terra Grass, and it's good old rest talk Regirock, going back to the 2017 YouTube mons scene where people thought Regirock was broken because it had a big defense stat. T-Spikes were here because I basically needed like something other than the Regirock to actually do damage, because yeah, it could sit in front of things, but it could never kill them. Let's ignore the fact that I was giving an Ursaluna potentially guts. Because again, I didn't think about that.
I mean, to be
Like
fair,
if that was if that was choice band Ursaluna,
I don't remember if he said it was.
yeah, if that was choice band Ursaluna, I'm pretty sure I just lost if it clicked Facade. Yeah, I think the stream is lagging out for me. I'm still. Oh yeah, here we go.
I'll pause if you need me to.
Yeah, maybe pause, see if the video wants to catch back up. Let me close down a couple of things to see if we can do that. I've got 3 MLP docs open. That's probably going to be like proper hefty.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, we have an Ursaluna that's under Trick Room, and again, my plan was let's throw the Regirock in front of this. Otherwise, I lose.
What happens?
That's pretty much it. The game plan was throw Regirock in front of this.
Body press right there, which was huge.
That was just an expertly trained Regirock. We spent about 4 minutes in the gym before this game, just training that body press roll. Yeah, this Bronzong, I couldn't switch anything into it, but I knew that I had ways to kill it. So the other thing being that I was Rocky Helmet, and even at +4, this thing wasn't doing any damage to me. Just sort of hoping, well, once I saw rocks, I knew this wasn't going to be rest. And again, we've got another skillful body press roll there, so it's just, this Regirock is 10 out of 10 right here. I decided to sack the Kyurem Black just because Regirock needed to stay around. This is what Kyurem did a lot during this season. I drafted way too many buttons that kill things and not enough switch-ins, so Kyurem kind of just became the team's honorary sack. As you can see here, just like X. Yeah, this thing is not broken at all. It's very good. I'd recommend if you're going to draft it, just like actually draft switch-ins to things. And yeah, just living on that 2%, getting the kill. I don't know why I didn't click. I think I didn't click body press there in case it was Horn Leech. Very sad here. Yeah, very sad that it had to go down there.
Also Rocky Helmet, so like.
Look, I think you're over it.
What health is he really getting back?
Yeah, I mean, you're overestimating my ability to actually think while playing here. There I was... I'm not sure. I think I wasn't sure if this thing was Scarf, and I didn't want to risk it. It turns out it was Scarf, so my play was just to rack up Poison Chip. And then, yeah, Spikes plus Poison put this thing in range. I think I went for the double Protect because I knew that Psychic didn't kill, but Psychic with Flare Blitz recoil did kill. And there was a chance that this thing lived. But yeah, no, that was just a skillful Regirock game. Regirock is broken. It is somehow still only 4 points with Terra. Thought the wonderful league owners would have known to make this thing 15 points by now, but yeah.
Alright, next up we have, from week 7, I believe, it's Crimfinity and Puckbud and Elementary, and I have both of them here to talk about the game. What's up, guys?
Yay!
Hello.
I'm Crim, hello.
I'm Puckbud.
I think we were both... Oh,
Well, yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, you can
I think
start.
we were both pretty high placed when this match happened. I think we were both top 3, right?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely had 1 or 2 losses at this point, but if I had won, then I would have, I think, been tied with you. So maybe I was only 1 back.
Yeah, so big game, big players, big moment. This is a Super Bowl, except that it was not. It was a week 7 match.
Yeah, but it was still a good one.
Alright, let's start it off.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Intim, but Tusk Arc is not fun for me, so I bounce.
Yeah, and I think that was actually Tusk and not Zoroark.
Yeah, I Rapid Spun for a little boost there, and the Mirror Herb comes in, and I'm giggling to myself because I know he's about to like Clanger's Soul and give me the Mirror Herb.
That was so funny. Yeah. And I should have Terra'd on the turn I clanged. That was a misplay by me. I wouldn't have taken as much from Ice Beam and might have been able to save Meow.
Unfortunately, I'm still going to die after the Meow. But yeah, you had that, and you also had a Volcaronin and a Crozma, I knew something was going to try to set up on me. I could, like, yoink that. And that was the best kind of option to kind of take on any of them decently.
Was the Rapid Spin a check for the Mirror Herb?
It might have been.
That's a really good play.
Sure, if it was that or if I wanted to outspeed something in particular.
Yeah.
I might have done it because, like, I want to play it safe in case they go... I don't know. Meowscarada I can outspeed. Probably not, though, +1. Anyways, Hydro Mist. Let's go!
Yeah, I was not expecting Hydro at all. And honestly, I also just didn't think it was going to kill. Naively.
You were the one who had just a bunch of shit to remove terrain, weren't you?
Yes.
That really sucked.
Yeah, I had the Defog plus Ice Spinner. That roll there, too, was a little dirty. I should have calced better, but I just assumed 53-53 would have been fine.
Do I switch here? I feel like switching might have been the play. I feel like you somehow get rid of terrain again.
Yeah, I U-turn out to Corv, and then kill this, and then, yeah.
And then I go Raichu, get 70, and you defog, I think. And then it's like, shit,
yeah,
well...
99%.
Zoro...
And I get the defog off.
Now. So it was kind of a mini game of, I think I live one with... I might live one with both, actually, other than Raichu.
I don't think Lucha lived because I was banded. But yeah, Arcanine,
I'm sure.
I think, with an Intimidate, it didn't even 2-hit KO Arcanine.
Yeah, I think you had to go Prim here, maybe. But Prim even, what's its health?
Prim was low, too.
Yeah.
So I did think about going Prim first, but I don't know. I think I just was playing for one kill at that point, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to the only way that you win is I make a mistake in the end game, at least.
Yeah. It was such a good game, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was one of the best ones all season.
Yeah, the electric terrain combo with Lucha and Raichu was really good, and to me, hence the defog and Ice Spinner. I just wanted to do everything I can to limit your turns with it.
Yeah, your only electric resist, or your only ground type at least, is Great Tusk.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna have fun taking a Psychic.
Yeah, and Primarina was max defense, too, for the Lucha.
Yeah.
But even still, it's tough.
Anyways, I think it's
incredibly funny that Blastoise can Shell Smash, but just Mirror Herbed the Clangorous Soul away.
Instead, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need coverage.
I think that's just the funniest part of the whole thing.
I know, it's just unbelievable that we were Mirror Herb for each other.
Yeah.
Alright, we are back here to discuss the Week 8 game between me and Puckbud, and I have Puckbud here with me.
Hello again. This one was a big one too. Last week of the season, we were both. I think we might have had the same record at this point. We're close to it, right?
5-2. We both had a chance to promote.
Yeah.
As long as the game was close, we'd both make playoffs, no problem, and we did.
Yeah. So this was important.
Yeah, I don't have my pace pulled up, but from what I can remember, I'm pretty sure like this was the 6th I expected. I think I was expecting Tusk, but probably just because it was Tusk. But I had plenty of ways to deal with it. Also, Ogerpon too.
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons I didn't bring Tusk. And honestly, your team was not what I was expecting. I really thought you'd bring T-Tar and Drill.
Yeah, I felt a little forced to think outside the box. I don't know if Corv just scared me too much, but obviously if it was TorTERA Drill, I felt like I could have pulled it off, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we can just start this off. Yeah, and then the whole, never root for the Carolina Hurricanes. They always miss.
Yeah, and I think I have the same kind of just Spadef Necrozma here that I had against
the first
Embiid
time I don't know why, but I was like, dude, offensive Necro fucks me. And then it just didn't come, and then I kind of looked at it again once we played the next week, which we'll get to, and then I saw, like, it's probably not that bad. I think I have ways to deal with it, and I brought more offensive ways to deal with it in the second game, which we'll get to. I kind of just pissed the Kilowattrel away, because why not? I don't see what purpose it kind of serves. And then...
And kind of again, like, Necrozma just deals so much damage when it's uninvested, it takes you by surprise sometimes.
I was so focused on, like, TorTERA fighting and ground Necro that I completely forgot that Photon guys are strong as hell. And, yeah, my Dark being T-Tar, didn't really have a good way to stop it without T-Tar and Drill there. Defensively. I definitely let defensive Necrozma get way too much damage off, all things considered.
Yeah, I did a lot this game. It was able to get rocks pretty much free.
The dog kind of just sits there. It's funny because in the second game, the dog immediately dies, but...
Bad thing.
It's also saying it, what is it, 55 accuracy?
Yeah, it's like 55, yeah.
It's terrible.
But I figured literally just for Glow King, like, why not just go for it?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, what else does Prim get for it? Probably nothing much else outside of...
No, there's nothing.
Unless you tear it.
Yeah. I could do a Psychic Noise just to try and, like, whittle you down a little bit, but other than that, it's really just flip turn out.
This goes on for some time. I think this whole pivoting, I get the Ogerpon in now, thinking that, like, I don't know how the fuck else I'm gonna break Necrozma, so I just TorTERA up and start cudgeling, which, I mean, fortunate crit there, but... Yeah,
and I forgot about the TorTERA damage boost on the Ivy Cudgel when I was calculating that too, so that didn't help. And then that crit on Primarina didn't really matter because you kill with Horn Leech anyway.
Yeah. Then the cat comes in, I go into the dog, scare the cat away. In comes the bird. Then out comes my bird.
And then here, honestly, the poison on Meow made it a pretty decent switch into T-Bolt.
Yeah, the Toxic Spike was really helpful in this game because Meow just didn't want to go away, and then I decided to be aggressive with Torn here.
Yeah, I knew that Nasty Plot was a possibility, but I just really needed the T-Spike to go away.
I was Terrifier in both games, I think. Yeah. Just because, like, even if, like, Meow was Scarf, I couldn't be revenged. Which I think you were in both games.
Yeah, I was. At least in this one. I honestly don't even really remember the playoff one. I gotta see it again.
Nice Geyser crit. And I get rid of the Necro, which is great.
Yeah, and that crit actually could have really mattered, but ends up not. And this knockoff was a little bit of an oversight.
I mean, yeah, you didn't need to click anything different, but...
Yeah, but just with the...
For whatever reason, I did not think this was Zoroark.
Yeah, so I realized that I was like, when you broke the sub and it didn't get the super effective, I was like, I don't really know if that's something that you're going to be looking for, because obviously SD, the last thing you think is that this is the Zoroark.
At all.
Yeah.
And I deserved to get absolutely ass blasted right here, and I got away with it.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't just go into freaking Bramble. I didn't need it at this point.
But then, so this is where, like, the knockoff is just, I'm rolling my eyes at this point, because you don't think of it, because Poltergeist is relatively new and you don't use it all the time, but like if Darkspawn still has the item there, then Zoroark deals with it.
Here comes the Clang. And
Yep.
I remember I had to, I actually Bulbapedia searched if Yawn is blocked by Soundproof, and it's not for some reason.
That is something that I probably would not have thought of, but it would have been hilarious if that came into play.
It's Pokemon logic, that's what it is.
Yeah, and honestly, I can't tell you whether I was bulletproof or soundproof. I might have been bulletproof, actually, because of Sludge Bomb on Glow King.
I don't even think I had it. Did I?
Yeah, but I think that was
no,
like going through your team might have been the only sound or like bulletproof blocked move that was relevant.
Yeah. And then
So
I
think the first two turns there, I actually clicked Clang again. And if I had woken up and gotten one, it would have been GG's.
Yeah, probably. And then
Because of the cheeky little mix.
I fucking panicked when I saw Drain Punch. Dude, look, you could see the fear right here.
Yeah.
And then, dude, thankfully Slowking's broken. Even though it should have been
I don't
dead.
even know. I don't know if that was a roll either.
And then my sides fell off right there.
Yeah, so this full circle now, back to triple axle, and I get the one hit off, and Glow King lives out one. So Torn at the HP it was at would have died to 2, but Bramble I would have needed the 3. Yeah.
I remember I told you that.
Yeah, so I think it was either hit the 3 and then the 2, or you go Torn, then you regen into Bramble. I still have to hit either the 3 or 2 and 2, and then when Torn was at full, I would have needed 3 again. So I would have needed to hit like most of them.
It would have been 8 or 8. I don't think it matters.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if the Poltergeist lands too, then obviously it's a completely different game at that point.
Yeah, so Lewis he needed a win to get to playoffs. I needed to get a moderate amount of kills to clinch promotion, which I wanted to get that, but I also have played quite a bit with him in the Owl Fight Club. I know he's good. I know he's better than his record, and he's a great matchup enemy, so I really don't want to let him go to playoffs, because that would be annoying, and I'd rather fight someone else. So I did kind of throw a lot of fun sets in here, which went, well, we'll play it.
Yeah, we'll start here.
I have notes for this one which said I wanted to Ice Punch T1, probably baiting the Lando, but I didn't end up thinking that was a good idea. I had Rock Slide from Ultra Race. I thought about using it, but I was like, everything else doesn't like a Meteor Mash, so I'm going to bank on the small chance he doesn't go Ultra Race, and I get burned, which sucks, because I had a lot of weight riding on Metagross to carry. Anyways, I paralyze the Ogerpon. I gets full paired once. I gets full paired again. I get all my spikes up. I bounce out into Halucha. It gets parried again. I Swords Dance. It gets parried again. And then I Rock Slide, which it gets flinched. And then it gets parried again. Yeah, so that was Ogerpon dealt with. Very cool.
He farmed with that Ogerpon this season, so...
Yeah, Ogerpon's
You got off of it pretty scot-free.
Yeah, I dodged that and the Terra Ice Regi Lucky, but I realized I didn't have E-Terrain on my Pincurchin with a Terrain Extender, so that was brutal. I messed with a lot of my plans. But this Klefki is going to equally mess a lot of my plans by just setting up screens and being really obnoxious. And
especially since
it's going to want
anymore.
I don't think I'm Brick Break. I'm not. I probably thought about it. I want to say I thought about it.
Well, yeah, I remember when I played Lewis week 1, I brought like Brick Break Spam.
Now this is not... Oh, it is a Shell Smash set. I just didn't use it. I used Ice Beam. It doesn't even kill. Wow. I am going to get the kill, but the 80% damage is not fun. The Latios comes in...
29 is really funny.
Yeah, and I say goodbye to Latios.
That's a really good roar there.
I expected the CM, and I figured I don't get that much value out of Stoys anyways. So if it dies, it dies. Spikes are gone, that's sad. I think I just wanted to get more hazard damage, but he's gonna leave the Moltres in and just let it get bodied.
He's gonna...
You're scared of an Ice Beam
until you die, yeah.
The No Train Pincurchin comes in. It's gonna actually give me...
I didn't even know what its normal ability was.
I think these spikes are for Klefki, but it's not gonna matter because he's gonna get the Rapid Spin.
He's gonna get rid of him again.
Yep. But if I had gotten that, I think I have a good shot here, but Lewis brought a really good Lottie set, and then the screens here are just going to help him clean this up. He is not just Calm Mind, because I do think, I have a physical Iron Vow, so I would have been able to deal with it if he hadn't clicked Agility, but he gets an Agility alongside his Calm Minds,
yeah,
and...
the Dance Lottie saved his ass.
Yeah.
Because if he lost this game, I think he would have missed playoffs.
He would have been out. Yep. So he's gonna, kick the shit out of me, and I don't really have a option. I just lose everything. The crit was sad. I don't think I lived that.
Probably not.
Yeah, I can't see a world where I live that. I can put up the damage calc. But anyways, the 1-0 means I got promotion. So I was happy with the promotion, but I let loose in the playoffs, and then I had to play him round 1, and then I lost. So that was sad.
Yeah, honestly, like prepping for Puck the second time I played him was so stressful because like I didn't even know what to do because I kind of put all my sets out there trying to go for promotion, but I didn't get it.
Yeah. Sometimes those rematches are like, oh, I feel great. I feel like I'm going to easily win. They've shown their hand, especially when it's someone who plays like the same kind of sets every week. You can feel really confident about how you're going to play. And then some people
bust out the Lottie earlier.
Me too, man. Me too.
All right, we're now going to review the Jimmy Fool playoff game, and I once again have Jimmy here to talk about it.
All All right, so obviously this was a crushing one. Obviously going for the perfect season. I was riding high, but there was like somewhat of a premonition during the season that I might have this matchup. And once I saw Fool pick up Sylveon, I knew I was in trouble if I had to play him again. And in the original game, I was able to get away with a couple of creative sets. My Life Orb mixed Land OT with Earthquake, Grass Knot, Focus Blast, and Stone Edge. And a Calm Mind Expert Belt, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Grass Knot, Deoxys Speed. Obviously, neither of those sets are effective against Sylveon. And once you see him once, you can adjust your EVs, and they will not be effective again. So, like, Grass Knotting the Great Tusk, he might be invested to live this time. The same thing with the Milotic. Obviously, Colbur Berry Mew would be easy to bring after I Dark Pulse it. So after that first matchup, I was in trouble, and I tried to get creative and make a unique Deoxys Speed for this, but it ended up hurting me more than helping me, as you'll see in the match, so we can go ahead and get into it. Obviously, the other thing coming into this match was Fool got in on like a 6-0 in the final week, so I was really banking on that not happening. But I calced this against like bulkless Samurott, and then it lived. I really needed that to Oko, so my whole prep for the week kind of got screwed on turn 1 because this was supposed to taunt and then recover and everything, and it just could not.
And
so
this has no health, yeah.
Yeah. From there, I was already on the back burner, and then I lose the Life Orb and the Lando as a whole super early, so at that point I knew I was kind of screwed. But King Gambit has saved me before. I think it had the Lumberry, and I immediately Terra'd and Swords Danced to try to just break as much as possible. I was hoping it would be a hard switch into the Tusk, but Sylveon came in instead, so I lost most of the King Gambit to that. And at least I was able to clear out the Sylveon, so I thought maybe if I could get a recover, I can start spreading Toxics, and then Deoxys can kind of stall it out. But I did not expect to get hit with a flip turn there, and then the momentum built up, and Raging Bolt is one of the best mons in the game, so I just kept getting pivoted on, and Mew is still Mew. It's the most versatile mon in the game, and it lives up to it here. Gets up a free +2, and I didn't have anywhere to go. So, close combat, breaks Conch Elder, and it's bleak. So, I just see what I can do with a knockoff. See, there's the Colbur Berry. After that first matchup, pretty easy adjustment. And Mew does what it does. Once you know what's coming, there's very little I could do from my end that would permanently stop a Mew, because Mew is just so versatile, and there weren't a whole lot of approaches within the matchup for me to rework it after revealing so much in that first game. So that's the downside of trying to go undefeated, and that's why this curse has lived on so long. So this game is just a stall fest at this point. I just try to survive long enough to maybe stall them out somehow. I don't even know what my approach should be at this point. But
It's become more and more impressive over time that Glop actually managed to pull it off.
Yep. What was it that... Oh yeah.
Going through the list with Puffer, there's so many people that have lost round 1 after going undefeated. I've never seen anything like it.
I really thought that if I was able to dodge the Fool matchup, that's what would have been able to get me to complete it. But there were a couple others that were a little worrisome, but I had already won, you know.
You were thinking about other than Fool?
I would have to go back and check, but Fool was definitely the #1 hardest matchup, so it's fitting that I was able to match up with that in round 1. And, you know, I am an adaptability champion, so I figured shooting for the stars was always going to be worth it at this point. So I went for the best, but fell short of that goal. So
Yeah, it feels crazy, but it's been over 3 years since that championship, too.
Yep, that was back when I could just run Hail on a Arctozult team and tear it up. So
and Jenny, you just spammed Arctizold on a ton of teams and went. It was like more than just in MLP too.
It was a lot.
Everywhere I saw you play.
Obviously, I wasn't doing it in like DPL or anything that was like 8-mon, and I performed probably better in 8-mon, but whenever you get that extra like few slots, it just feels like a gimme to have a free bolt beam. Physical bolt beam, that strong, that fast, seemed like a no downside addition, so that's why I would always add that. But in Gen 9, they kind of tore up. Does it even exist?
It does not, no.
Okay, well there you go. So that they kind of replaced it with Raging Bolt, which is a special version of a slightly different thing. But
I want to try Raging
now Sun.
Bolt so bad. It looks like so much fun.
It can be fun. I find it most useful as like a breaker, but obviously right at the end of the game, if you're up against a bunch of Assault Vests or something, and they're all chipped down, you might be able to finish it off with the priority move there. But it's at least it's not like 400 speed in the hail or something. So there's a way to beat it. If you have a good ground type that's fast and strong, you can usually chip it down. But
Alright, and we also have the playoff rematch between me and Puckbud, once again with Puckbud on commentary.
Yeah, this was a really good game too. That's pretty much all I remember about it.
Less scuffed than the first one, but
Yeah.
still scuffed.
Bastiodon makes its second appearance of the season.
Yeah, I saw the Bastiodon and I was like, what the fuck, why? But I was happy to not see Necro, at least. And then I went with Scarf Kilowattrel for Scarf Meow this time because it was being really annoying in the first game. And then
Yeah, that was a really good play.
Bax is banned, I believe.
Yeah, I think that
it's
checks
it
out.
is banned, yeah.
Because Meow was Scarf again in this.
Thorn and G King are the same. I'm pretty sure the Bramble is pretty similar too, and then Doc's one's similar. But
Yeah, this Kamoa was more defensive, mostly for Torn, and then Zoroark this time was just the regular special.
Bastion comes in.
Yeah, this I kind of remember. I just sit, keep getting rocks up.
Yeah, I did nothing.
Yeah. Bastiodon's just so thick.
I remember I'm just like, okay, this is fine. I can just strength sap him whenever I want. Yeah, there we go. And then he went Prim, and I was like, oh, hi, Zoroark. And then I freaking brain farted there.
Yeah, that was a big one. I forgot about that.
I don't know why, what was going through my brain, but
I've done that before. I feel like a lot of people have. It's the normal ghost typing. You forget about the fact that because it's normal, your ghost moves won't hit it. Yeah.
It's normal ghost. It's a cool typing. I'm glad we finally have it in the game, but
yeah, it's one of those things that's like
no sense. But
however many years of Mons, it's just not in your brain that there's a ghost type that's not affected by ghost moves.
all I had to do was click Power Whip.
Yeah, and that was huge for me. I don't think that Power Whip killed there, but it would have been a lot different, obviously.
Zoroark's not at full.
Yeah.
And then I take super effective Rock Blast still, and this guy gets 5 hits.
Yeah, I get 5 hits off.
Yeah. I'll save the people to the suspense and give myself auto lockout. I should have quit while I was ahead. Like, honestly, like, until I got rid of, like, the Zoroark, I honestly, like, thought this game was, like, over at this point.
Yeah, I remember feeling pretty good. I think I was a little shocked that Bax killed Komodo, but I kind of forget why. Oh.
Did you
I think
just not think it was banned, or?
Yeah, I think I just must have not thought it was banded.
Then the Bax comes in again. Here comes the cat. It's a not hit triple axle.
Yeah, classic meow.
And then the bullshit begins. And
Yeah, so
bulk up, and I'm just like, oh no.
I was so excited for this set, and it would have been so freaking good, but the Scarf Kilowattrel comes in clutch, and it didn't outspeed me by very much, but it did.
I can't believe Scarf Kilowattrel of all things saved me.
And then that crit too. I'm pretty sure that crit mattered because my Primarina was defensive. And I don't know that Earthquake would have killed after it. It might have been a roll or something. I kind of remember that.
It would have been like
I want to fact check me.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Would have been close at the very least.
Yeah, but either way, still a really good game. I mean, 12% difference.
Hitting one more triple axle difference.
Yeah. But it was just a fitting end to, after a fitting start. It was just kind of the story of the season, and I still did well. Fought through it.
I don't think anyone had a more turbulent season than we did.
Yeah.
There's a reason we went over 5 of your games.
Yeah, but to be fair, when you click triple axle as much as I did this season, like I guess it's kind of bound to happen, but it just seemed to be always at the most inopportune times.
Yeah, all 4 of your losses got featured too.
Yeah, literally every single one.
Alright, we are now going to discuss the Nobility Finals game between FackLuigi and Fool, and I have Fack here to talk about it. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm doing alright. How are you?
Good. Alright. Talk to me about this finals game. What was your thought process behind all of it?
Okay, so pretty quickly I realized that Fool only had like mono removal Tusk, and Air Balloon Pecha does a pretty decent job at just sort of stopping the rapid spin. Also, he didn't have like a grounded poison, so Toxic Spikes could be pretty free. He did boot spam in the semifinals, but I felt like against my team, you don't spam boots that hard, just because my only rockers were a Iron Treads and a Uxie, and for spikes or T-spikes, I only had Greninja, so it doesn't feel like I have a lot of hazard play, so you probably leave some of the boots at home, but, you know, I could always surprise people with just like a T-spike on turn 1. So my general plan was I had a Sash lead Greninja, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, I think it was Taunt and Surf. Basically just try to set up both layers of spikes, try to taunt something that's like trying to set up, or like if Sylveon's just trying to wish around. And then after that, it was just sort of let the T-Spikes do the work. Psychic Noise, Uxie sort of stops a lot of the healing. Helmet Blastoise to chip down the Samurott. Just sort of a U-turn spamming Slitherwing just to get some more chip. Air Balloon Pecha Run to stop spins. And then just a Lumberry Dragon Dance Terra Kyurem. Just in case they bring a bunch of boots, that Kyurem could just kind of win. I'm worried about stuff like a Scarf Tusk, as I was a pretty slow Kyurem, and Scarf Tusk would actually outspeed me at +1. But yeah. That was about my general plan for the game. Yeah, bulk's always nice, especially when it's like you have to take out a Melodic too, because it could just click Haze. So yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start the game.
Alright, so yeah, just leave Greninja.
Strikes right away, and
Yeah, I'm Sash. He can't kill me with anything, even if he led like Bolt. And then it's just sort of letting the T-Spike do its thing, letting chip damage just sort of rack up on everything, and yeah. So I really like Helmets when I'm switching into Hisui and Samurott, just because it always likes to click contact moves like Ceaseless Edge, Flip Turn, and all that. I can rapid spin the spike away just so that don't have to deal with it for the rest of the game. And yeah, just keep sort of.
Sylveon and Samurott are already pretty low.
Yeah, so they get the Wish up. I think they're just gonna like hard go into the Samurott, so I don't click the Psychic Noise there. I just get Rocks to, because I've seen he has no boots on a few of his mons. The only thing I really expected to be boots was Skeledirge. Yeah, and then I go into Greninja there just so that he's not getting free momentum with Flip Turn, and I live everything but like a Sacred Sword, which I didn't expect him to click. But now I have my hazards up, I just have to keep Tusk from spinning, and I should be getting good chip on everything.
And absolutely everything is taking damage.
Yeah. And again, like, the Skeledirge might not...
Right there, that was a huge turn right there.
Yeah, I think I had a way to... I could have gone into something else that wasn't Uxie and just kill it, but I just thought that the Psychic Noise would kill it, and I guess it does stop the recovery. And then it's just getting the damage on Skeledirge.
That's a nice crit as well. Make sure that Skeledirge dies on this turn.
Yep, it was a whole double crit there, so... Yep, and now with the Great Tusk coming in, I just have to not let it get the spin off. Yep. A good play of knockoff. But now,
he also doesn't spin.
Yeah, and now I see that he's scarfed, because I'm just sort of like max speed, max HP. Destiny Bond in case he wanted to click like a Headlong Rush, but just takes out the Tusk, and now the hazards are just up forever. I don't think there's anything he can do.
Everything kind of just dies, yeah.
Yep. And I have stuff like Psychic Noise so that my Melodic can't just like click a bunch of recovers. A bit worried about the Raging Bolt just because it's a Raging Bolt, but I have a Terra Ground Kyurem in the back. That was good for like the Skeledirge and the Raging Bolt. Lumberry for the Skeledirge, but it turned out I think it was Scarf actually, rather than an unaware type taunt. Yeah, I think it was. We shared pastes after the match.
Yeah, I don't particularly remember what he brought.
Yeah, it was an Assault Vest Samurott, Assault Vest Raging Bolt. Probably scared of Special Kyurem, even though I just never ran that. Unless I was against like an Archaladon.
Right, the only thing Special Kyurem doesn't really touch on this team is Sylveon. I kinda get it.
Yeah. But, you can always just Dragon Dance and then you're Dragon Dance. I found out a lot of my earlier games that got sketchy or I lost is just because, I just needed to click Dragon Dance more. I'd always think they'd do something, and I could only get, one Dragon Dance. There was an early game against a Klefki where I thought it would foul play, but it just had Dazzling Gleam, and so I only Dragon Danced once, and I missed out on a kill on, a Necrozma, because I was only +1.
I think it still would have been, 6 kills behind Team McGee's Regi Alecki.
Yeah, that Mon was going off. And again, against McGee, the Alecki got 4 or 5 kills because I only clicked 2 Dragon Dances with my Kyurem instead of 3. And now my +2 Kyurem was still slower than his Alecki.
I'm glad we Terraband Alecki, that thing's stupid.
Yeah, no, it's quite strong.
Alright, so, you got back-to-back now. What do you need to do to, get the 3-peat?
I don't know, not keep getting generally lucky in games. I got a very lucky bracket run I felt through this last season. I was very scared of Jimmy and Wolverine's teams. And then they both, I think Fool knocked both of them out to really yeah, and that helped me out a bunch.
I was talking to Jimmy too, and he said Fool was the one rematch he didn't want, and that's the one he got.
Yeah, because I got very lucky against a Wolverine, I think. At least, maybe not lucky, but just, I was behind the whole game, and then I just made some sort of, really weird plays with Slitherwing to, stun Spore the Spectrier. And then, as he then switched back into his backs, click Close Combat to, take that. It was like he had to click those exact buttons for me to be able to come back from that. But yeah, and then Jimmy, I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with some of his stuff. It was like a last week of the regular season, so I didn't prep it super hard. But it was a tough team.
So with Jimmy, we went over his Trick Room Weakness Policy Bronzong game, and I told him that, like, that was the game where I thought, like, he's unbeatable this season, nobody's gonna beat him, and then he lost round 1 of playoff.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
That was just like that's what I thought. He just looks leagues above everybody else until that happened.
Yep, it only takes one bad game in playoffs, and there's a lot that can go wrong in every single game of Pokemon.
All you have to do is make it in and you have a chance. I mean, look at Bull.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely a scary team. The Terra on Tusk and Bolt, like, combo is really hard to beat. I mean, Terra Bolt thinks
with Bolt last season.
Yeah, I think Bolt's even a little underpriced for Terra this season. Like, 20's pretty crazy for it.
I mean, the tier list that we got it off of was at like 17, so
yeah,
it had to go up.
Yeah, it's definitely one of like the best Terramons out there, I think. Because you just can't like even one-shot it with like super effective stab for the most time, and when it can Terra so that you have to use coverage moves to hit it, can normally live like 2 to 3 hits. And there's all the Thunderclap Mind games. It's like basically Terra Gambit, but instead of having like Swords Dance, you have Volt Switch.
Yeah, I think we're doing DGBA tiering right now in DGBA Council. I think like Raging Bolt is like going up to like 22 or 23, something like that.
Yeah, I know in like the PGP tiers, it was like one of the most expensive Terra caps, along with like Wellspring. And I don't know if anything else was up there, maybe Tornadus Therian.
Yeah, before we finish this segment, I have one last $1 million question for you.
All right.
Do you ever get sick of winning in MLP?
No, not really. I definitely struggled a bit in like my first couple games in elementary, and it was definitely a bit tilting just because like everyone was just like talking down on like elementary as a whole that season, and I'm like sitting there at 1 and 2 like, oh damn. Because like everyone was basically just saying in chat like, oh yeah, you could put me in elementary, I wouldn't, or like everyone was saying in chat like that you should put them in elementary, they're just not going to lose a game, or that league's super free, and I'm just sitting here like, huh, wow, do I really suck? And so it's good to just like have that sort of chip on my shoulder and keep going through it. Is like, you know, felt like, I don't know, this was like one of the first like big leagues that actually gave me a chance, so it's good to not just like shit the bed.
Yeah, I love the mentality, the chip on the shoulder mentality. Here.
Oh yeah, here's the rematch versus Rage in finals. This is the game that I actually had to put like some serious effort into prepping, because Rage dumpstered me first time we played. Yeah, that first time Rage we played, he brought Terra Fairy Necrozma, like Fizdef Terra Fairy Necrozma, and I just couldn't break it. Like in the slightest. So this game, my prep is very strict. Like last time I brought max defense, Terra Normal Extreme Speed Regi Alecki to try and out prioritize the Chen Pal. It was weird. This time I brought some actual sets, which I should be able to see here. Yeah, so this time I brought Subseed Meowscarada, which was for a mon that I'm trying to remember. What it rage benched something that I think it was for.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his roster here. Oh, it was for the Sandy Shocks, I think. So it was like I could sub up on the Sandy Shocks as it vaulted out. And then just Leech Seed was really nice versus this team. Because, as you can see, like, trying to break Torn, Sizzle, Milotic, and Terra Necrozma was not fun. And then tacked onto that, this Terra Sneasler Chenpao. Like, I don't know how this team was allowed. But yeah, I think I brought also Terra Electric Magnet Regieleki. Fun fact, this Regieleki got 4 kills the entire season. Like, it just did nothing.
I think McGee took all your kills.
Yeah, probably. Blaziken finished, like, including playoffs, like 18 or 19 kills for the season, and Regieleki had 3. I'm pretty sure Klefki had more kills than Regieleki this season. But yeah, game plan was try and just get an endgame with either Regieleki, Blaziken, or the Kyurem, which was just the typical dice set. But yeah, if we want to get started, we can have a look through this one. Yeah, I just led with the Regi because they left the Shocks at home. Rage was actually telling me this was Terra Ground Necrozma, and he never intended to click Terra Ground because always wanted Terra Electric on the Sneasler. But it was there as sort of like a mind games. This Sizzle, like, it was just annoying. In the first game, I didn't get Kyurem out enough, so I thought I'd just bring it out early, pressure things. This Yawn on Ursaluna was last time Necrozma and Ursaluna got into a Calm Mind War, which I lost. So that was kind of there to just help with that. Then I skillfully crit this Torn, just deleting it from its existence.
Blood Moon's a broken move anyway.
Oh, Blood Moon is a broken move with an amazing animation. And now comes Subseed Meowscarada, for which I decide to click Leech Seed into a mon that's going to U-turn me. It's absolutely skillful. You'll see why later. This is the scariest moment of the whole battle. This Chenpao is Swords Dance, so it's a +4, and it's also a weakness policy. There is now a +6 Chenpao in my face, so I decide to click Spikes naturally. And here I have to protect because +6 Ice Shard actually kills my Blaziken, just outright. So I need.
That's a real stat.
It is. So I had to make sure I was faster so that I could click Vacuum Wave. Rage once again brought a pretty physically bulky Necrozma to try and Dragon Dance in this thing's face. I was actually max special attack modest, and just 2 Fly Blasts to kill that. And I think that was.
I think he was expecting that.
Yeah, I think that was probably the turning point of the game, because I've traded a Klefki which got up a layer of spikes for Chenpao, Necrozma, and Torn, which is like was really good for me. Once again, the Sizzle comes in. I click Substitute again, thinking it was going to try and Bullet Punch to break my sub. And here comes a really interesting state of affairs. I Leech Seed this Sneasler because I cannot break this balloon. My way to kill this Sneasler, it needs to be Blaziken and Regieleki outspeeding. And given that this was Balloon and not White Herb, I cannot click a contact move now until this Sneasler is down.
Yeah, like this
so
is
even with the
Meow just sits in.
Yeah, like I would have loved to have clicked like Knock or something for some damage on this Sizzle, but if Rage went Sneasler there, I just lose. So yeah, this is just mind games. This Spike being up here is huge. Honestly, this endgame probably goes a little bit different without it, just because it's punishing the switches. That living on 1% there.
Keeps you turning out.
At this point, I was happy to let Sizz kill let Sizzle kill here. That was really unfortunate because if that Fire Blast hits, Vacuum Wave like had a chance to put this Milotic in range of a lot of things. So I have to throw away the bear. And now it's just time for Terra Regieleki. I've seen Rage bring Mirror Coat Milotic way too many times, so I have to click Volt Switch there. And once again, you'll see Kyurem being an expertly sacked Pokemon here. I do find it funny. I do find it funny that in both of these games, it's just been a sack. Balloon's gone, but this is really scary because Regieleki goes down and it's Blaziken against the world. But thankfully, Vacuum Wave always killed. Yeah, Rage had to click CC. Well, I think at this point, I had 2 or 3 goes at hitting Fire Blast because that Scizor was Rest, Quick Attack, Bullet Punch, U-turn. So it just had no way of doing any damage to Blaziken.
Yeah, it looks like he had three chances.
Yeah. But yeah, Blaziken is absolutely a machine. To the point, honestly, where I've thought about dropping my Terra Chiyu this season to pick up Blaziken again, because it's just that much of a fun one to use. But I've used it 3 times now.
Blaziken is your crutch.
I wouldn't say it's a crutch, it's just a mon that I love using. I very much like mons that if you give them 1 free turn, it's really hard to come back. And Blaziken's that mon where, because you have speed boost, if you give it a free turn to set up a Swords Dance, you've got a lot of trouble coming back from that.